Hello and welcome, influencers. Hello and welcome to Behind the Screen Business Confessions with your girl, Anika Cohen. Welcome, influencers. Listen, this is the show to motivate and support our leaders in the marketplace to choose to live. And we are here to have real, raw conversation to support you on that journey in the marketplace. So I am super, super excited about our episode on today. Listen, we have a king with us on today. All right. I am excited because this is another edition of Influencers Speak Out. It's where we have bold, courageous leaders in our community who are sharing their story, their message, and their strategy. And I'm excited about today's guest. He is a king, he is an entrepreneur, he is a leader. He is making a difference in our community every day. So I am super excited to present to you, listeners, Gordon Walker Jr. Virtual hand
Uh,
clap. Okay. Listen, let me first just say you are our first gentleman on our show. So I'm super excited to have you here, King. Okay. Welcome to Behind the Screen Business Confessions.
Thank you, Coach Cohen, for having me. I'm glad to be the first one. Make me the
Listen, I'm excited about that. I'm for our kings in the world. I'm for our Black men. I am a mother of three beautiful, intelligent young men, and he has been a part of each and every one of their lives. So I always say it openly. I am very, very appreciative of his work in my children's life, especially my son. So I say that openly. This is not new, but I have gratitude for that because I'm a single mother raising my children, and he decided to say yes and be a part of assisting me and supporting me without question. It was sincere, and so I wanted to take out time to say thank you. Absolutely. So, for those of you who don't know Gordon Walker Jr., okay, this is going to be a treat. He is full of energy, he is full of great energy and information, and we're going to get some great content on today. So, welcome to our edition of Influencers Speak Out. Who is Gordon Walker Jr.?
uh, I'm I'm a native of Dover, Delaware, born and raised. I'm 33. My birthday will be October 16th. Know it, guys. I'm the founder of Pneuma Wellness and Spa. Of course, I'm also an author. I had the privilege of having my coach, Anika Cohen, help me and assist me and doing way above and beyond my book. And, looking like me is my inspiration every morning. I'm also a wellness coach. I am a Zumba instructor, and I do many things. I have many hats. So I'm a brother, and I'm a sister, and I'm a cousin.
Absolutely. And he's a wealth of knowledge. He is a wealth of knowledge. So I want you to share with them, what is Pneuma Wellness? What does that represent?
Um, Pneuma is Greek, so I was wanting to find something that represented me. So Pneuma means to breathe again. Also
Mm,
means fresh wind. But the one I like most is that which gives life to the body. And so I
mm.
needed that massaging. That's my foundation. That's what encompass. It works on the mind, body, and soul care.
Yes, come on here. Breathe again. For some of you, you need to breathe again. And so, how did you get started with Pneuma? You said massaging is your foundation. So, elaborate a little bit on the story, on the background. So, how did Gordon Walker birth and produce Pneuma? How did that come about?
Okay, so one, I went through many name changes. Okay, so I went through Welcome and Touch. Um, that was for me too carnal. I feel like it was a little bit too sexual, and
Mm-hmm.
so um, I went to Anointed Hands. Um, felt like it was too churchy. And so Pneuma came about when I actually thought about something that needed to stand out, something that I did that God was in, but can encompass who or what I want to get out of it as well. And so it takes me back to 2011, where I went to Topper Spa and Salon in Casino, and I met this woman who had a short-term memory loss. Um, Short story, she ended up getting a massage, and of course, anybody that knows when they have short-term, they can't remember everything that they say within 15, 20 seconds. Well, this woman knew my name at the end of the session. Not only that, but when she
Mm-hmm.
came about a month later, she remembered my name. And somehow I needed something that puts God in it. Is healing, um,
Mm-hmm.
healing, but also massage gives a fresh wind or someone to breathe again, to remember or something. And so I went through it and I found this thing called Pneuma, and it was Greek, and it encompassed everything that. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Uh-huh. I can hear you.
Okay, I had to get the cam right. Okay, I apologize, guys. So then that's what that's what brought it about. I said, I need something that's going to do that, and God literally reminded me of that moment. And so
It was birth, and he
it was
breathed
her.
again from that sign. So listen, so I want to know how, well, what has been the greatest challenge for you to build your business and your brand?
Um, the greatest,
Mm-hmm.
because of who I am. I'm a male. It was being a male, because you have all that stigma of, you know, people don't want people to touch them, um, because it could be your sexuality or the fact that you're male, or you're trying to have sex, to be honest, with these men's women. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's the greatest challenge, was getting over that.
Okay. What about boundaries?
um who I knew how to set the boundary. I don't want to say that was was um a great challenge for me, because again, I did it in the beginning. And
Mm-hmm.
so I educated them. I told them what I would do and what I wouldn't do. And so, yes, do not get me wrong. I had people ask me, did I give happy endings? And I told them yes. And that's when you get up off my table.
Mm-hmm.
When you get up off my table, that's that that's
That's the
happy.
happy ending. You get up and you feel good.
That's it. Because I know that in my field, because of so much sex trafficking within them in that goes on within my in my field, I knew that was going to be something that I had to nip in the bud.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. So the greatest challenge is just with giving your services, providing your services, massages is the relationships and questioning in regards to this. Okay. So what changes have you noticed within yourself since you said yes to entrepreneurship?
Growth pains, growing
Talk
pains.
about that because this show is really about, the behind the screen. So when if I were to go to your social media page, I'm sure that I will see most of your highlights, most of, what it is that you're doing, the services that you provide. You may share some personal things, but we don't never really go in depth, or we don't share the real story behind what it is that we are accomplishing, the results that we are producing and that we're sharing. So for you to be an entrepreneur in business, what change, when you say growth pains, what does that look like? Describe that. Take me to an example in your journey.
Insecurities, as far as what you don't know. It's receiving a lot of no's to how that feels, that rejection, that it gotta go. Like, I went through so many no's. I mean, so for me, I would stand up, but my body, right? I look like an asparagus with these locks. Okay? And so
I
have
can't.
people tell you no because your size, your hands it doesn't look manly to give them a massage. You can't do what you're supposed to do. Not knowing sometimes how to get an LLC or those type of things, the keeping updated to the laws and the current news of changes. And oh my gosh, I can name so much, Mr. Nick, I can name so much that attack my self-esteem. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. I don't even know how people can do this. How can I even assist people that work with me or work under me? Like, what can I provide them? What can I give them? How can I train them to be able to do what they love to do, since we're all in this? For me, it was my self-esteem. It was, can I do this? And getting over pride, and sometimes going to the wrong people for help.
Let's talk about that. Right.
Help, and to hear what people really thought about you. Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I think I may have to go back to this 9 to 5. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with people trying to bamboozle you or try, because they know you don't know what they know. So now, and if they're good at their language, they know all the professional languages that you don't know. And you're like, oh, okay, but not knowing that they're taking advantage of you. So that's just some of the stuff as being an entrepreneur that I had to go through, those growing pains of still pushing forward. And you know what? Once I was getting some of the things I was getting taken advantage of, pressing past that and said, you know what? I just won't do that. So that was.
So what would be the one word to describe your growth?
Resilient.
Yes, because the growing pains have built you the resilience that you have today to continue to sustain your business, because you're still in business. So it was growing pains. And I say that lightly, but a lot of times it's easier to give up during that process because it's very uncomfortable. And a lot of the things that you were describing in regards to the insecurities, in regards to rejection, in regards to disappointment, being let down, a lot of those things within a business, it can trigger you personally, right? That's what I heard you saying, because that's a lot of things that we can all relate to. I can relate to disappointment. I can relate to rejection, maybe being let down. And when it's being done in business, it can be tied to me personally if I don't check it, if I'm not aware of it. And a lot of times, most people aren't. They just think, I don't like the way that it made me feel. But I know that you practice holistic approaches and there's a lot of things that you do. So, I just share that perspective because I'm glad that you opened up that door, because again, those are the things that aren't mentioned and they aren't expressed. It's just, oh, I produce these great products and services. I got this great business going on, but there was a process and there was some things emotionally, mentally, spiritually that I had to conquer and go through in order to be right here today. And so those are the things I want to bring to light, right? Want to bring those things to light. So the changes that have been made within Gordon is resilience. The growing pains have created resilience. So I want to ask our audience, what is your growing pains creating? What is it building for you? And that's what you focus your attention on. That's what you focus your attention on when you get disappointed, when you get rejected, when you don't feel like you're enough, when your insecurities want to rise up, right? So we choose to live today. All right, Gordon, come on. You done sparked the fire within me. Okay, they already know. Don't take much. Woo, okay. So here's one of my fave questions in regards to entrepreneurs and business, right? So there's a question that I ask, and it's with a twist. So the question that I ask is based on two categories. All right. So it's category A, category B. Each category has characteristics of an entrepreneur. The question that I'm asking you is, which category do you believe an entrepreneur needs to be successful? Okay, so I'm going to list category A. The characteristics are courage, accept rejection, persistence, self-criticism. I'll repeat: courage, accept rejection, persistence, self-criticism. It's category A. Category B: determination, accept failure, self-awareness, selflessness. I'll repeat. Category B is determination, accept failure, self-awareness, selflessness. Which category do you believe an entrepreneur needs to be successful?
I want to point out that, first of all, I don't like none of them because I wish I could choose both, but because out of obedience, you gotta give one. The one thing I'm going to have to go with category B. I'm going to.
Ooh, category B is always on fire. We have only had one influencer choose category A. So, okay, we got a twist to this. So you chose determination, accept failure, self-awareness, and selflessness. So in regards to selflessness, give me an example how you have been selfless in your journey. And what has it taught you?
Understanding what people need.
Mm,
And I'm not talking about, selling the product, but I'm talking about selling the solution. And
mm,
um, the one thing that again, my foundation is massaging and dealing with people. A lot of people come to me dealing with sciatica problems, issues, and so it's just giving them the homework, give them the education on how to alleviate, the pain of sciatica, and also massaging, how to massage them, when, what, and just giving them that. So my selflessness comes from knowing and educating them, but also stretching them myself, giving them stretching techniques, and then massaging them. I'm a
mm.
always a servant when I come into Pneuma.
Yes, yes. Okay. So, what do you enjoy most about starting your business?
Weird as it's going to be sounding, starting. The fact of starting, it was like, I'm actually doing this. Like, I'm about to be this thing. That to see the manifestation of you starting something, because when you're used to giving up, and me, I was used to giving up. Like,
Mhm.
I would start something, and if I seen that I did not do it the first time or did not go as planned, okay, it's shut down. This is what it is. But to know that you're starting something, but you know somehow deep down inside yourself, you are a different person. So you knew that when you started this time, something was different.
Mm.
It, for me, it was starting. Like, and this time, I would, ooh, I will fight like heck to make sure that this does not go down. I will move forward, and I don't want to say start over, but I want, for me, sometimes moving forward or doing certain things first again to make sure that you stay afloat is moving forward. That I would do all I can to move forward to make sure that this thing is long lasting beyond my death. That's what it was for me.
Starting, just starting.
Yes.
Sometimes just starting is the freedom. It's the freedom that we need because we let go of control. We let go of what our expectations are and we surrender. It's really about yielding over and surrendering and letting go because getting into entrepreneurship is a risk in itself because I don't know what's going to come from this. All I know is that I see what God is giving me and I'm willing to see it through. And one of the things that you said that stuck out to me was you said, I don't want to say starting over, but there was a post that I actually shared and it mentioned about starting over because for me, sometimes it's just about the perspective. And I know a lot of our listeners may say, well, I'm starting over. I got to keep starting over, but you're not starting over. Not if you learn from what it is that you were stuck at. Meaning, whatever you were stuck at, whatever, if you learn from that, then you're not starting over. How about your re-strategizing? How about your rebranding? You know, you are repurposing, but you're never starting over. You're just rebranding, re-strategizing, and repurposing and finding out a, another avenue, another strategy to make this vision work. So perspective is everything. Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree with it, Ms. Cohen.
Yeah. You know, I think that's sometimes for our listeners, perspective is going to be your rescue. Perspective will be your rescue because it gives you another way of looking at the obstacle, looking at the challenge before you. And sometimes the scales have to be removed, but you have to be intentional about doing that. So, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start their business, but they are still in that place of contemplating and they're ambivalent? So, what advice would you give to that person?
You got to do your research, but know you're not the same person. You gotta know that you, that vision was given to you, and only you can accomplish it. And it really took me knowing that. It really took me saying, you know what? Who better than me? You know, it's
Boy, say it again, sir.
not. You know, I used to be like, why me? Why me? But I had to, my village, my new village, including you, Anika, like who better than me? Like I almost had to I mean, people don't feel that. Like how I'm feeling right now,
Yes.
who better than me? You know what I mean? Why not me? It's my vision. I'm the one talking about it. I'm the one talking about it. I'm the one with the ideas. I'm the creator. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing, and I call people creators now because you know me doing my research and me doing being a spiritual person, like it come to find out when God stopped creating us, he said he saw that we were good, and I had to look up what good was, and we were, I mean, it made up who we are. Wealthy, we're the money, we're money.
Mm.
We were. we were born money. Like, we're good. We're
Mm.
good. It's the definition of good is beneficial, of good benefit, resourceful,
Come
resource.
on here.
We're the resource. We're the benefit. I'm that. I'm that guy, and there's nobody but that can do it better than me. And so you got to encourage yourself. So starting is starting with you, knowing that can't nobody do it better than you. And
Can't
I
nobody do it better than you.
really had to put that on.
Oh,
Can't nobody do it better than me. We hear these certain secular songs. I did a TikTok. I love TikTok, and so Remy Ma, I'm conceited, and I got a reason because can't nobody do it better than you. And so after you know that, the starting point is okay. Do your research, and you'll find out that a lot of times you don't even need the money. The resource is already there for you to just go out and do it. And you just get people who already have done it. If you're friends with them, link up. I mean, be a kid. Be a kid. Get on their nerves. How you do this? How you do that? How you do that? How you do that? How you do that? Okay. And most times they got you. That's my spiel.
mm-hmm. Well, ladies and gents, I agree with that as well. And one thing I will say is give yourself grace as well. You have to give yourself grace because you are enough. And once you begin to work in your vision, you build your confidence naturally because all you have to depend on is yourself in God, whoever your God is. But I
Whoever.
know him to be my God. And you got to know, like he said, that you were called, you were chosen, and no one is going to do it like you. So once you do your research and do your due diligence, absolutely begin to put in the work, but give yourself grace as you do that because you will get frustrated. You will feel like you're overwhelmed. You will feel like you're not getting it right. Those are all natural emotions that come a part of the journey. So forget what you see online.
Okay.
Forget what you see online because that's where people get stuck because, oh, I'm looking over here. I'm looking to the left. I'm looking to the right, but you ain't looking nowhere but forward. You should be looking forward. Forward is your vision. Forward is your vision. But if we look to the left and look to the right and I see everything that I desire and I see everything that I desire, but I don't see what I desire manifesting in front of me, then we get distracted and we go back to what's comfortable. Am I making sense? We go back to what's comfortable. We go back to what works. We just play it safe. No, we choose to live over here. We choose to live. So this is my encouragement to you. Just give yourself grace. Somebody needs to hear that.
That's so true.
Give yourself grace. Breathe again. Ain't that what he said? Breathe new life. Breathe new life. That's what the king said. That's what he said. I'm excited. Because listen, this was a great conversation. You brought so much great information in regards to your journey, letting us into your world, and we appreciate that here because it lets us know that we're not alone. That's the purpose of sharing our confession, sharing our story, and to know that we're still in it. So I'm excited about all of our influencers that come on because these are individuals in our community that are living and making a difference every day, every day. So what you do is enough because we all have an assignment and we all have purpose. So thank you, Gordon, for being here. We appreciate you here on Behind the Screen Business Confessions podcast. So listen, I want you to share, even though those viewers can see your contact information, please share with our listeners, all right, the name of your business again and how they can contact you and
Again,
follow you on social media.
Again, Gordon Scott Walker Jr., founder of Pneuma Wellness and Spa. You can reach me or contact me. Website www.pneumawellnessspa.com. Again, www.pneumawellnessspa.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pneuma Wellness Spa LLC, my Instagram, pneuma.wiz, and my LinkedIn. You can find me, Pneuma Wellness and Spa, and of course my Twitter, Pneuma Wellness and Spa.
And there you have it. Breathe. Until next time, choose to live.